Good open look.
Howard. Blocked from behind. Harrow got a hand on it.
But
What is his name?
Isaac.
There's Ryan Harrow into the paint. High off the glass and gets the roll to make it a 10-point game.
Favor. Inside 8. Harrow with his best move of the game. His hands in frustration.
Yep, part of having a young team, but still, you can't make those kind of mistakes late.
Lob by Harrow and converted by Poitras.
Gets back for the block. Boy, he is playing his tail off right now, Larry. And it all started at the end of that play, the Goodwin miss you were talking about.
With this game. Poitras feeling it. Not this time for the outside. The tap back to Harrow. And the lob play. Wiltshire finishes. And looks, and this is a much different feeling game.
Now they go back to their man-to-man.
Harrow on the baseline scores.
And that's the problem when you go man-to-man.
Harrow, pull up good.
Perfect recognition. They overloaded the right hand a little bit more difficult that time. By Goodwin. Don't avoid the contact. Go through the contact.
Harrow rattles home the three.
First guard. A nice step in. Three-point shot out over the top. But besides scoring,
Kentucky and Portland still applying some of that pressure. Kentucky also still giving minutes to its young players. Harrow, lob, Pauly Stein.
When you're playing a team the caliber of Kentucky.
Nice kick out by Noel.
And a nice runner by Harrow for the first basket of the game. Son and the grandson of one Wimp Sanderson. Nice rebound. Oh, is that going to bring a smile? They've been few and far. Root and the country teaming up.
Watch Wiltshire right here. Doing a much better job of rebounding this year. They've asked him to do that, and Harrow finding the opening going down the lane. Nice.
Nice drive by Harrow.
Same thing on the other end. You know, the Bisons did not converge.
Goes right to work on Polson. And he forgot Noel was there. Nice feed from Mays.
You got a 3-on-2 break. Take full advantage of it.
Good outlet pass by Hurt.
Oh, what a terrific job by Harrow to come back and knock that ball loose and come up with it.
That only his second miss from outside the arc.
Noel was a slap away. How about a guy 7 feet who leads your team in steals?
10. Noel with a block.
Good run out by Harrow.
Share of injuries early in the season. Some of their best players out of the lineup. The steal by Noel.
Harrow on the break and the layup.
Again, a little 2-2-1 pressure here from Marshall. Just trying to delay and disrupt, trying to force Kentucky to take something off the shot clock.
Almost got the turnover too. Harrow says, look what I found. After a nice feed from Poitras. Curry stomping on the sidelines emphatically. Well, whatever it was he said, it worked. Harrow with a nice dime inside. What, Marshall getting a lot of deflections, Carroll. Time winding out on the shot clock, and Harrow gets the floater to go. There's Mays. Harrow feeling it, and still in knockdown mode.
You see that? That wasn't even a transition basket.
To Harrow. High ball screen by Noel. Harrow with the layup.
That's been one of their better plays this afternoon. And his ability to get into the lane, that really helps open up things for them on the offensive end. Dunk the basketball.
Oh, a bad pass by Pittman. He gave it away. 3-on-2. Harrow with the floater gets it. And the lead swells back up to 7 in a rush. 2-on-1. Great passing, and Goodwin got hung on the rim. Cauley-Stein over to Harrow for the easy one. Boy, he's really out of sorts here in the second half. Mays lost the handle. Didn't matter, though, as Harrow finished with the layup. Harrow with a season-high 19 points. And at some point, Kentucky going to have to deal with the Florida Gators.
I think there's no question Florida's a favorite in the SEC. And, they have a combination of everything. I mean, they have great guard play.
5 minutes, I think, is critical for Kentucky to try to salvage, calm the crowd a little bit.
Harrow with a floater.
He's been terrific of late, guys. What you want to do as a team, you always want to force your opponent to think.
Oh, Harrow with some nice airtime there. Little double hits in midair. One of those graduate players that had a chance to play at the big-time level. As is Harrow, another transfer, young man from North Carolina State.
They have. That's why this is one of the teams I think has a terrific chance to win it all. I don't think there's any question about that. Nice drive by Harrow. That line.
There's a pick. Harrow right back. A little return to sender.
Step into a good shot and trust that he can knock it down.
Even with the 4 fouls, Louisville remains aggressive, but the loose ball leads to a bucket from Harrow.
The SEC logo is, or get it down to the short corner and play some high-low.
Harrow with the shot clock at 5 rattles home a 3. Just his 4th 3 of the season. Here's one to Mac West last year, but lost in the first round. Here's Willie Cauley-Stein. The ball back against his own. Straight ahead 3. Got it.
Comes into the game 3 of 19. Great opportunity for him. He's a 7-footer with all kind of tools and talent, playing against one of the great big men in the country, Noel. As you see another lob on the back end of the zone. Down the floor, throw it up on the glass, and let the Twin Towers go get it.
Another steal. Harrow with the left.
With a little stufferino and then pick your pocket. Ryan Harrow against the 7-footer. Use the body, left hand off the glass.
Good Arizona team. Only a few undefeateds remaining out there. Michigan is one of them. Eastern went into Chrysler Arena. They lost to those guys. Harrow with the 3. That's his 2nd triple of the night. They got Michigan State to come into place last year. Tom Izzo has a fantastic tradition of going in-state. Oh! There it is, the highlight of the night. Willie Cauley-Stein. They reset the shot clock. Doesn't matter for Harrow. 15 now. Fuller on him. Kyle's only giving away about a foot. Getting some help from Henderson. Now Harrow's going to shoot, and Harrow's been playing much better of late, and he has the first points of the night. It's from Poitras counting as a turnover. Now Vanderbilt's turned it over for the first time. Harrow's got Noel.
Harris slowed down as soon as that's a great play by a guard.
7 of them. We've still got a ways to go. Keegan Johnson still can't get it to go, and there's a lid on the basket for Vanderbilt. Harrow over Johnson, and he scores. What a teardrop rain bringer for Ryan Harrow, and he has 5 beneath their own basket. Here's Ryan Harrow seeing the floor, coach.
Really good. He comes to a stop all the way down the court, like we said before. He's looking there.
Harrow has it, and he's wide open, and he knocks it down. Ryan Harrow is playing some terrific basketball.
That the defensive man came out that time, and so that gave you a chance to get past him, which is just what happened, and that's what they've got to do. Bring those guys up a little higher so you can drive past them defensively, and comes down, and with 10 seconds gone on the shot clock, throws up a 3. That's going from good to bad in my thought.
9 minutes since they've scored a field goal.
See, now Wiltshire had to try to go to the bucket, but although they get the 3, it was a good pass out, good setup with the shot.
Win by Rick Ray's Mississippi State Bulldogs today over Georgia. They're 2-0.
Yeah, they're the most surprising team in the SEC in the early going, as you see Ryan Harrow from deep
To take the lead back.
Texas A&M does not need to become impatient here.
Harrow, pretty layup. And Kentucky has its first lead since the 13-minute mark of the first half. List as far as post players in the SEC.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Harrow. That glanced in off the banking board, Mr. Dean.
Yeah,
here is Harrow.
Calipari talks about getting the ball to the hot hand, and they looking for Julius Mays right there.
Harrow keeps it. Instead of getting it to a wide open, Mays is able to finish, and we're tied at 53 points. Answering back is Harrow.
Harrow on the drive, found a little bit of an avenue, and he got it off the glass and one.
Open up because you have to respect his shooting ability. Harrow read it well and did a good job at taking the first hit. Outside of zone A. They're too good around the rim.
Harrow found an open avenue and nobody closed the door on it.
When McCrane, he never got a touch.
Cauley Stein looked like an up and down, maybe a walk, no call. Whoa, he leaves it up there for Cauley Stein, does Harrow, and he's not going to miss those.
Right now.
That's going to be on Noel. It's going to be Kenny Hall.
Well done.
Nice pass inside of Harrow.
That's another way to do it.
Mel rips it down. They gave Elston Turner a standing ovation when he walked off the floor after a 40-point performance last week.
Well, they were glad he was walking out the door.
11 straight shots.
Well, they've gotten a lot of good looks in transition. Right there, just to reach by Watt.
Payne left it short. 0 for 13 from 3 now is Auburn. Goodwin all the way to the rack. Largest lead of the game for Kentucky.
Backcourt, they can do some things offensively. The tough thing is Sullivan's doesn't really have the DNA of a point guard.
And a bucket inside for Kentucky and Ryan Harrow.
Stein and Noel.
Billy Cauley-Stein had a lingering knee issue from his junior high days in the Kansas City area. Got that taken care of late in the week. Fourth block of the game for Noel.
Not a wise decision, young man.
Harrow on the run.
Harrow's played huge. He's played huge this game. Play. And that can lead to transition buckets against an unset defense. Harrow using his height.
10-2 Kentucky run. They're getting it from everybody now. And on the back cut, it's another assist for Wiltshire. Harrow into double figures.
He can really pass that rock. I love.
Noel with the exclamation point. He's into double figures again.
Grant to start this ball game.
All the way. Nobody cuts off Harrow. To the hole, and Noel took him the ball and everything else with him. Harrow on the run the other way.
That is a game-changing play by Nerlens Noel.
Goodwin had to pick up his dribble, looking for a place to go with it. Did he call a timeout? I thought he did. And instead, Harrow on the drive.
3. Another new shot clock. Harrow. Got it.
Quick and crash the boards and press on defense. We're not going to see a lot of pressing here on the road for them, but they can do it.
Ryan Harrow. He's got 4. He averages 10.
Score in high school out of Forest Park in Jackson, Mississippi. Over 2,400 points in high school.
Harrow found an angle to the basket, high off the window to score.
To get the ball back.
LSU makes about 7.5 threes per game, but they take a lot of them.
There it is. Nice pass.
And Harrow finishes.
Defense to offense. Quick hands on the defensive end by Goodwin. Pass ahead to Harrow. Lay it on the glass. Beautifully done.
7 to shoot. Harrow to Wiltshire. Back for Harrow with 3 on the clock, and it goes down. Pretty give and go with Wiltshire and Harrow.
By Nerlens Noel.
That will not work. You have to make shots outside the box against Kentucky.
Wiltshire rims out a 3. Battle for the rebound. Run underneath by Harrow. And he had it stripped trying to drive. Mays and Harrow run together. And an easy lay-in for Ryan Harrow. Ball game. Almost a push-off by Harrow.
He's going to take a three. Got it. Ryan Harrow, that's only his 12th three-pointer of the year. And now the rest of his game gets going. Boythris. Harrow knocks down the three, the second consecutive long ball, and his first field goal makes it a 6-point game. 7 on the shot clock. Harrow's got to go. Couldn't turn the corner. Good defense by the Aggies for 34 seconds, not 35.
Yeah, that's a breakdown by Texas A&M. A really good read.
But they can let go of some leads. Yeah. You're never really out of it when you play these young guys. There's the lob for Noel, and he finished again.
How many can make that play from that far away? Championship.
Goodwin has been quiet at the offensive end. Harrow making some noise with the 3-ball. The lead back up to 5.
Love it.
Harrow gets past Smith. Reverse layup is good. Ryan Harrow averaging 10 points a game. Gets his first 2. Left it short. Tapped around and saved by Harrow.
Cauley Stein looks like a point guard on that possession.
Three-point play for Cauley Stein. And the takeaway. Ellington picked by Harrow, who lays it up and in. The other way. Richardson misses the layup.
He didn't block that one, but he might have affected the shot.
Harrow, reverse.
That's a big-time play, the Euro step from Ryan Harrow. Guard that they've been counting on. Big guys getting on the floor for Kentucky. That's a tough reverse layup right there.
Off the window, Harrow. Ryan Harrow now with 10. He's 5 out of 5 from the field.
Ball in his hand a little bit.
Boy, had a great year for the Gamecocks on the gridiron. Alley-oop to Noel, who goes with a left-hand slam.
High percentage shot.
Harrow.
Wonderful play. Got his shoulders by the defender, Ellington. Well, has to practice on a daily basis. If Cauley Stein is in the lineup, it really changes this Kentucky team.
Payne hits at one end, and that's what Kentucky will do as Ryan Harrow answers immediately. Crisis of confidence lately with his shot. An incredibly physical game this afternoon. Both teams trying to start the second half of this SEC season with a win, and Harrow wide open. Nice drive. I believe Harrow got that one. It didn't get to Noel.
Wiltshire into the game now. 3-point threat for Kentucky. Harrow driving and finishing.
And held Kentucky without a basket for 8 minutes in that game, and that got him back in it.
Harrow high out the window, and like you said, he's come to play. He's got 4 early ones.
And he's to be the aggressor tonight. Nice little head and shoulder fake, right down the lane with the right hand, high off the window. See if Vanderbilt goes at Wiltshire. You notice that Wiltshire's man is always going to set the ball screen. Good job that time knocking it away.
Goodwin ahead to Harrow in free flight, lays it in. Biggest lead for Kentucky.
Harrow high off the window. Under 2.5 to go before halftime. Kentucky by 7. That's what Harrow has been doing all night and won.
Stein, who showed his athleticism there, that leads at the other end to the drive through the. They're going to stay in it.
Harrow, finger roll basket.
Scored over 1,300 points. That beautiful campus down in Malibu. Unbelievable campus.
Harrow uses the screen and banks home along 2.
That could be good news. The Big Blue Nation.
Rebounds in the win Tuesday. Cauley Stein spinning left hand around and out. The follow good by Harrow. Surrounded. Gets it back. Backdoor feed. Harrow with a reverse.
Nice pass by Wiltshire, but a great cut by Harrow. Basically, here's the pass into Wiltshire. There's the backdoor cut. Defense turned their head. You got to see more. 33 turnovers, 30 assists. I mean, 1 for 23 shooting threes.
Ryan Harrow has 8 of Kentucky's 11 points. Boy, Cauley Stein with another block.
Great timing on that block shot.
Harrow the lob and the finish for Poitras.
Nice play right there. Good transition.
Turnover.
Got a score after turnover. Center the ball. Center the ball.
Harrow with a wide open look.
Center the ball. Played part of that national championship team with Kemba Walker.
You know, Frank Hayes, as the floater goes for Harrow, he didn't like Oriaki's defense when Cauley Stein scored.
Harrow all the way through the lane. A little hesitation. I'm not sure I've ever seen such a dominant performance as we saw at Ole Miss. Oh, nice play. At Ole Miss when Nerlens had 4 fouls.
And Sword to the bench. Catch and shoot for Harrow off the inbounds, and he just rips the net.
Watch the find by Mays. Most coaches want sometimes their best passer to feel sorry for themselves.
Harrow lobs it. Oh, that was solid.
It would be nice to be a guard with Willie Cauley-Stein, because really anywhere in the vicinity.
And Wiltshire trying to get on the action, and he continues his struggles from the field. Harrow will line one up, and he'll knock it in.
What a play by Goodwin. When he does, he can be effective.
Quickly down the floor, Ryan Harrow off the window, draws the foul. He will step to the free throw line.
There are a number of weapons in the Wildcat uniforms. And depending which guy is going at which time, the Wildcat offense has kind of bogged down a little bit.
Harrow.
Except for Harrow.
He continues to light it up. Give him 19.
Attacking the basketball. Ryan Harrow goes to the basket, and Cauley-Stein with the flush. Drives. And disrupted by Cauley-Stein. That's a tough matchup for Cauley-Stein out on the perimeter. Harrow, the teardrop, got it. Just the kind of start Kentucky was looking for. Good cut, and Harrow finishes amongst the trees. Nice pass from Wiltshire. They wrap up the regular season at home here against A&M. Empty possession coming out of the break. Harrow goes coast to coast, and Ryan Harrow on the board. His 6th point of the game. He's very quiet after 2 fouls in the first half.
Dogs have hit 4 of the last 5 shots. Harrow to the bucket.
You just can't beat many teams with that.
Wildcats had some foul trouble in the first half. Ryan Harrow had a couple of fouls, and he's back on the floor, and he scores early. Back down by 5. Ryan Harrow. He's 2 for 2 in the second half. This one at 3, and the Cats within a bucket. Caldwell Pope. Wild shot. He shot that from 21. He shot it about 24.
Wild may not have covered.
Ryan Harrow on the follow, and all of a sudden, after being down by 10, the Cats are back within 6.
Harrow gives it up. Gets it back with 19 to shoot. Tried the stutter step. Harrow to the hoop. He lays it in. To Boynton, he lines it up. Too strong. 9-2 Kentucky. Chance to add to it. Harrow down the middle, and he banks it in. Ryan Harrow, the sophomore from Marietta, Georgia. High screen, Cauley-Stein. Now a switch. Olsen. Harrow fires. Got it. A 3.
Once again, I think as we talked about with Wilbekin on the other side.
And the athletic swingman will shoot a pair when we come back to Lexington. Drive on Rosario. Now clear it for Harrow. Just underway, second half. Harrow, the penetration, loops his way in for the bucket.
He's got to start off strongly, I think,
for the game. It's been tough for him getting back into the flow of things. Cauley-Stein to Harrow to the hoop. Ryan Harrow, a dipsy-do.
Boy, is he so good at using the extra emphasis to extend his body. Here you go, though. Take a look. Here he comes. Watch the extension coming through.
CBS Sports coverage of NCAA men's basketball will continue after this message in a word.
Into the locker room. Everybody has to have a pass. They check everything.
Another layup by Kentucky. Ryan Harrow gets to the rim.
1 point Tennessee, 1 point at LSU. Many of those games they were ahead, couldn't quite finish it off, couldn't quite make the shots. Last night they made the shots. So far tonight, they're on fire.
We walked out of the shoot-around today, and on our way out the door, especially after we saw Robert Morris, you raised your eyebrows, said, you know what, there's a pretty good chance Kentucky might be in some trouble tonight. King of the junior prom back in 1977, and he actually said that you could, from certain spots,